Good evening everybody, and once again welcome to the video. This is essentially a brand new series that I'm starting with Elasticsearch, their plugins and Logstash. I have received a lot of requests, hey, do a video on Logstash, a series would be great. So which is why I've decided to make a wonderful series on all plugins and Logstash, and we'll go right from scratch to hero. Okay, so let's get started. This is the part one where we are gonna essentially install Logstash and we're gonna do a hello world example. By the way, if you guys don't know me, my name is Saumil Shah. I work as a software engineer and I love to teach people over on YouTube. So let's get started with today's session. All right, I'm excited. So this is a very basic tutorial, right? The goal of this session is essentially understand what Logstash is, and then essentially once we do that, have a very simple pipeline. So whenever you input something on a terminal, automatically it would be echoed and will be pumped to the Elasticsearch. Okay, that's the goal of the video. So with Logstash, you can centralize, transform, and stash your data. Logstash is a free open source server-side data processing pipeline that ingests data from multitude of sources, transform it, and then sends it to your favorite stash. Okay, we'll learn how to download and make it work. Okay, it has an ability to inputs, filters, and output. There are three stuff. Logstash dynamically ingests, transforms, and ships your data regardless of the format or complexity. Derive structure from your unstructured data with grok, decipher geocoordinates from IP address, anomalize or exclude sensitive data, and ease overall processing. So basically it gives you a flexibility to transform the data. If you want to filter out data, you could do that. So all that stuff, it's basically a data ingestion pipeline, right? Sort of. So ingest data with all shapes, sizes, and sources. Data is often scattered or silos across many systems in many formats. Logstash supports variety of input that pulls in events from multitude of common sources all at the same time. Easily ingest from your logs, matrix, web application, data stores, and various AWS services, all in a continuous streaming fashion. Little bit tiny to read, but as data travels from source to store, Logstash filters, parse each event, identifies the name field to build a structure, and transform that to converge on a common format for more powerful analysis and business value. Logstash dynamically transforms and prepare your data regardless of the format or complexity. Derive structure from your unstructured data, you say with grok, decipher geocoordinates with IP addresses, anonymize PII data, exclude sensitive fields completely, ease of overall processing independent of source and format schema. This is probably the last slide for the theory, I promised, and I'll show you a hello world demo. While Elasticsearch is our go-to output that opens up a world of search and analytics possibility, it is not the only available. Logstash has variety of outputs that lets you route your data where you want, giving you the flexibility to unlock a slew of downstream use cases. A Logstash pipeline has two required elements, input and output, and one is an optional field called as filter. This will be covered in a demo. Enough of that. Show me a hello world example. All right. First thing that I would teach you is how to install Logstash. I am probably using a Windows machine, so let me just resize my window size here. All right, so you want to click on the drop down and select your operating system. I'm using Windows, so I selected Windows and I click on download. Once that is done, what you will observe is I have extracted the zip file. Usually it's going to be a zip file, right? So I've extracted in a folder called Logstash. So then I go inside the folder, and then over here, it's a little hard to see, but let me try my best to organize my window. Then over here, what you want to do, we are going to do a first hello world example. Create a new file called sample.conf. Okay, that's the file that you want to create. Now remember, I've already started Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana. Everything is working locally, as you can see. I did the same thing, right? I went in and I installed all of these stuff, right? Now mainly on Logstash, right? So create a new file called sample.conf, and here is what we're gonna insert into that, and I'll try to explain you what we are doing. We have an input and we have an output block. Input defines what sort of data it's gonna come from. It can come from various plugins and various inputs. For now, I'm using stdin, which means I'm gonna type in my input. Output is Elasticsearch, the host of the Elasticsearch, and the index name, right? We're gonna learn about grok patterns and other details, but very easy. Hello world, that's all you wanna do. Okay, then save this file. Okay, then close this. Now what you wanna do, come here, come to the bin directory, and on the top title bar, type cmd. Now what you wanna do is, if you come to the lab exercise, you should be getting a command. Where is that command? I think oh yeah, I've already started though, but I'll show you that command. That's fine. It's a little hard to see, I know, because terminal font size is pretty small. So I'm gonna terminate whatever one I have, and I'll show you the command that I was running. So we'll say yes. Okay, so the command is ./bin/logstash.bat. We are starting a bat file. Let me use a magnifier. I know people are watching from a phone as well. So ./bin/logstash.bat -f. Then we are providing the path to the conf file, right? Sample.conf. So what you want to do, simply hit enter on your keyboard and wait for a couple of seconds so that the pipeline will start. Now I'll head over to my local Kibana, and what I'll do is I will delete. We'll learn about creating index with time, year, month, and all that stuff. But for now, just hang on, okay? Just let's go easy and slow, okay? So right now, as you can see, I do not have any database with the hello stuff, right? Here I've specified hello DB, right? So now let's wait for our Logstash to start. I think I just have to it's still starting, might take a while. It is advisable to at least have 2 GB of RAM on your computer if you're planning to use Elasticsearch, Kibana, and if you want to try all these out. So I recommend please have some RAM on your computer. So let's wait, should start shortly. Sometimes it takes a while, so just kind of be patient on that. So let's expand the window. So I just have to wait for now this to start. There's nothing much I can do. Okay, so it started here, and now I'm gonna say hello. Oops, I have to click on the terminal. So let's wait. It's still starting though. Remember, it's a standard in, so I'm just doing a hello world. So now hopefully I should be able to type in here. Okay, so now I can type in hello. So I hit enter. So this is going to take my standard in, and essentially it will pump that to my Elasticsearch. Okay, so and as I said, right guys, my computer is a bit slow because I'm running Elasticsearch, Kubernetes, Kibana, Logstash. A lot of stuff has been running on my computer, right? So it's really sucking, or it's using my RAM a lot. So let's wait. So I'm gonna wait. Hopefully that should create an index here. Oh yeah, it did. So hello DB here. Let's try to search and see if we can see. Yeah, so hi everyone, we see that, right? Then we also see this one, hello world, hope you're enjoying, right? So essentially whatever stdin I type, it essentially pumps that to the Elasticsearch, right? So I'll delete this again. Okay, remember I don't have any index right now. Okay, so I'm gonna say hello all, and I hit enter. So now this should create my index, which is here. Okay, and then I'll issue a search, and here you can see this is my output, right? So I have a source, I have a message field where my raw message is, then I have a timestamp, version, event, and a host from where it is coming, right? So if you are able to do this, congratulations, give yourself like a pat on your back, because it's great, right? Always when learning something new, always go very easy and simple. Hello world, basic. Then as we go slowly into details, Okay, then we'll learn about grok patterns, we'll add filters, we'll create time-based indexes, we'll then use different plugins like filebeat, and all these other plugins. We'll learn how to use all these stuff in the upcoming videos. So I hope you have enjoyed it, right? I hope this video was useful. This is part 1 for beginners. And if you have any more question, list your question in the comment section. And as we go slowly into the further parts, we'll explore each and everything in more and more details. Okay. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video. That is part number 2.